Well, it is official. Connecticut has spoken after more than 35,000 votes and a neck-and-neck tie finish. The winner of this year's Coolest Thing Made in Connecticut is here. The honor was announced at the Connecticut Business and Industry Association's Manufacturing Summit in front of a packed house yesterday. Take a look.
The coolest thing made in 2025 in Connecticut, the frangible joint from Ensign Bickford Aerospace and Defense.
And that was the moment. Joining us from the winning company, Ensign Bickford Aerospace and Defense, is Director of Operations David Bridge. We're also joined by Chris DiPentima from Constep, President of Constep. Thank you both so much for being here. How exciting. Congrats to you.
Thank you for having me back. Great honor to be here to, celebrate the award of Ensign Bickford, frangible joint being the coolest thing made in Connecticut in 2025. Everybody at Ensign Bickford takes tremendous pride in the work that we do, whether it's supporting space exploration or supporting our war fighters, and being able to recognize them with this honor is just awesome. So thank you.
Yeah, and a huge turnout yesterday, right? I mean, the energy just from that video really was palpable.
It was awesome. Yeah, we had almost 630 people there coming out, about 200 more than we had at last year's summit. A lot of the energy around the coolest thing made in Connecticut competition. Great partners like Constep. I'm not the president, Beatrice Gutierrez, but I am of CBIA, and just the collaboration that we had at the event yesterday was fantastic. And there was a lot of anticipation and suspense. People knew it was a close vote, 34, like you said.
Yeah.
We were sweating it out. We didn't know if there was a tie, what would we do? But really a lot of energy, and that's what we want around the manufacturing sector. It's such an important part of Connecticut's economy.
Yeah, it really is. I think it's so great, this competition. And let's talk about the winning product. You brought it with you here.
Absolutely. So, like we talked about before, the frangible joint is one of the key components of space launch vehicles' ability to separate all the components that they need to support space flight. I grew up thinking, NASA was the best and brightest people that we have in this country, right? And it's amazing. You make jokes when you run into a problem that's not too complicated. Hey, it's not rocket science, right? Well, this is literally rocket science, and it is happening right here in Connecticut. And I encourage anybody who's interested in this industry or getting to know more about what they can do in Connecticut to check out Ensign Bickford.
Yeah, this is an amazing opportunity to put all that on the map. And talking about the impact of this competition, really, it's far-reaching. Why is it important to CBIA to really highlight the manufacturing in our state?
Because it is the second largest industry sector in our state. $34 billion economic output, 153,000 jobs, average salary of $100,000 a year. I mean, it's impressive in and of itself. And I think a lot of us just forget about manufacturing in Connecticut. We certainly forget about the variety of manufacturing.
Yeah.
Aerospace, defense, we had the chocolate company as the second runner-up, so food and beverage, consumer products, and this really showcased that variety in the coolest thing made competition this year.
Yeah, and that must have been really fun for you as well, right? To be in a room with all these other manufacturers for things so different, but all brought together for one cause here.
Absolutely. It was neat being in the audience, watching all the CBIA folks run around. The production value was great. Being able to hear all the stories from some of the entrepreneurs and other, products that they have. I learned a lot about what is made in Connecticut as well. So that was very neat.
Yeah, I think this is great. And what I love, Chris, is that you're already looking ahead to next year, right? You're accepting nominations for companies that people would like to see highlighted.
Yeah, folks can go to our website, cbia.com/coolest thing made, and submit nominations. And that's how we did it this year. We took those nominations in, looked at the ones that got multiple nominations, and that's how we'll decide the bracket next year, and look forward to coming back and releasing that bracket with you all. But between now and the next 12 months, we'll certainly continue to highlight manufacturing across the state, how important it is to our residents, to our economy, and continue to support our great manufacturers in the state.
Wonderful. Well, we can't wait for next year already, but for now, a big congrats to you.
Thank you so much.
Definitely deserved. If you guys would like to learn more about all of this competition, cbia.com/coolest-thing. We'll also link it for you over on WTNH.com.